In this video, we are going to be talking about the Pennsylvania Republican senatorial primary, who is likely going to win this race, why it has been taking so long to call, and yeah, so let's get right into today's video. Now, looking at this race here, this is a very exceptionally close race, with Mehmet Oz leading by 1,127 votes. And when I did a Twitter poll yesterday on this race, you guys were also very uncertain, with David McCormick winning with 54.5% of the vote, aka a 1-vote edge. So people are really uncertain about who is going to win this race. So I'm going to talk about this race, who I believe will win. And yeah, so I've been back and forth on this race. On election day, I was like, Mehmet Oz has the edge, given that where the votes are remaining. But on the second day, I wrote back on that. I said Dave McCormick has a better shot, given that there has still been a lot of vote from Pittsburgh, and now I'm even more uncertain compared to the last 2 days. Look at where the votes are left. You still see about 11,000, 12,000 votes. My estimate is that there's still about 10 to 12,000 votes left in the state of Pennsylvania, and Dave McCormick needs to win those votes by about 11 percentage points in order to catch up to Mehmet Oz. And we're going to go into a very deep dive on this race. Starting with Allegheny County. Now, in the state of Pennsylvania, you actually get to see where these candidates' home county is, and for Dave McCormick, he registered as someone from Allegheny County. So next to your ballot, you can see that David McCormick is from Allegheny County. And that's obviously going to help him from the state, given that in a primary, it's really about regional appeal, and Dave McCormick is doing very well in this portion of the state because he is the only candidate out of the major candidates to be registered in this part of the state of Pennsylvania. So that's obviously helping him in this part of Pennsylvania. He's winning most of the counties here. And in Pittsburgh, he has been leading in the county by about 8 percentage points, given that the vote that's remaining is likely mostly vote by mail. That's likely going to favor Dave McCormick even more. Now, why is that the case? Well, in 2020, Trump claimed that voting by mail was rigged, and therefore most really Trumpian Republicans would likely not vote by mail. And looking at this race here, looking at the Republican primary, Donald Trump endorsed Mehmet Oz. Therefore, many of these voters, those Oz voters, are likely gonna vote in person on election day. So the vote by mail is likely gonna favor McCormick even more. He's likely, out of the 3,000 votes left, gonna net the vote by about 400 votes. So that brings Mehmet Oz's vote lead to about 700. Looking at where a lot of the vote is left right now, Carroll County, we still have about 800 votes in the county of Carroll, I believe, and that vote is likely also going to favor Dave McCormick, so he could probably shrink Mehmet Oz's lead to about 650. Looking at an area that Mehmet Oz could possibly gain some votes, that is York County, with 1,000 remaining votes. I think Oz could gain about another 100 votes, so he may be ahead by 750. And looking at Delaware County, this is a county that Dave McCormick is leading in, but this vote is likely in-person election day vote, so let's say that Mehmet Oz that's another about 50 votes. Have I lost you yet? Good. I haven't lost you yet. That will probably give him a lead of about 800 votes. In Montgomery County, this scenario is interesting. Both Kathy Burdett and Mehmet Oz has been registered in the county of Montgomery, hoping that they will win this county. Right now, it looks like Kathy Burdett has the lead, and of course, this is her registered home county and Oz's registered home county, so it's a bit embarrassing for Mehmet Oz that he's not winning his home county, but regardless, this vote will likely give Mehmet Oz about another 50 vote lead, which brings his lead to about 900. Finally, in Luzerne County, I believe Luzerne is likely gonna have the lead and let Mehmet Oz have another 100 vote lead. Well, finally, in Muffins County, I think McCormick can make up another 100 votes. So overall, I think that in the end, when everything is said and done, in the first round there will be 800 votes of a lead for Mehmet Oz, about 800 to 900. Now what comes next? You might be like, well, the election is over. No, it's not. If my prediction is anywhere close to the actual reality, it looks like this race will go to a recount. As long as the percentage stays under 0.5% in difference from the top two candidates, this race will go to a recount. And it definitely looks like that. Right now, the difference is about 0.08%. That is how close this race is. There's no way, possibly speaking, that Mehmet Oz or David McCormick could pull this race up by about 0.5% or more, so this race will definitely go to a recount. And given that my projection has this race within 1,000 votes over Mehmet Oz's lead, I do think Oz will in the end win, but this race will be exceptionally close. So this race, the recount, I don't think it's going to change much, but looking at a race as close as this, you'll expect that recount to have a huge impact. Because even if, let's say, Oz loses 1,000 votes in a recount, this race could end up going to Dave McCormick. And that is why the recount is so crucial. The recount's likely not going to change much, but that recount is still going to be super crucial in such a close race. In 2020, despite there being audits in the state of Pennsylvania, Biden did win the state by 1.2 according to final results. So, yeah. The 1.2% margin, even with the recount, Donald Trump was not able to pull off the state of Pennsylvania. That being said, in this race, with the difference being under 0.1%, I think this race will end up tightening even more. I think the recount could actually change a lot. But in the end, though, if I had to bet right now, I'd say that Oz has about a 65% chance of winning. I'd say that, but he's only going to win by about 800 votes, which is about 0.05%. Incredibly close race. But in the end, I think Mehmet Oz probably pulls this one out. But this race could definitely go either way. Very competitive race. Very crucial. Every single one of these votes matter. Now, talking about this, the polls were wrong. The polls had Oz up by 10%. He did not win by 10%. And that's largely due to the fact that the messaging, although Trump did endorse Mehmet Oz, many people wanted Kathy Barnett from the Trump wing. So she ended up getting 25% of the vote. If that vote went to Oz, this race will not even be in contention. But many people, including very conservative Republicans that support the MAGA movement, they still thought that they wanted to vote for Kathy Barnett, and that's why this race is so close. Many Trumpian Republicans endorsed Kathy Barnett over Mehmet Oz, and due to vote splitting, Oz is now on the verge of losing this race. Anyways, thanks for watching today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching today's video, and do subscribe to watch the videos on your screen right now, and bye.